Hi friends, welcome to Tube Plus Funny channel. Today I'm going to teach the MERN stack development using React, Node.js and Mongodb, the professional way and easy way to make the application very easily. Okay, let I show the demo first. I'm going to go to add the new record. I'm going to add the new record as Peter, address USA, mobile number, click register button, student registration successfully. Newly create registration successfully record will be you can show here. If you want to edit the record, click edit button. If you click this record here, the editable record will be successfully at the form well. Now I'm going to, instead of USA, I'm going to change it as India. Click update. Record has been updated successfully here. Change it as India. You can see at the time change it as India. Now if you want to delete the record, click delete. Student as deleted. Right? So how to make this step by step we'll teach. Now the Mongoose database connected successfully. The cloud database we have connected successfully. You can see here. Now what I'm going to do is here I'm going to go to do the thing is first I'm going to go to the click on this new folder. This folder I'm going to create the databases and tables. So here we have created in Node.js we called as schema. Right? So how to create the schema? So you have to write, you have to create the folder which is the src. Inside the src folder, we have to create the folder which is student folder. The student folder, we have to create the schema. It's very simple. First, you have to add the Mongoose library. We have this Mongoose library. By the Mongoose library. Right? Sorry, here student. You have to create this. Sorry, this one you have to. I'm going to create the folder here. Folder I'm going to create here as student folder. Student folder here, right? Say file you have to create as student model. This is a model.js. Here I'm going to create first you have to import the Mongoose library. So here in order to create the database you have to enter Mongoose, right? So Mongoose library we have to implement it first. After that we have to write the schema. So we have to create the schema here, right? So first you have schema. So write the schema. Var schema equal Mongoose schema. You have to create the schema, database schema in Mongoose, right? So after that, we have to create the object of schema. So you write var, this is student schema. You write student schema. I'm going to create the object student schema equal, we have to create the object. So you have to implement this schema. That's the thing you have, right? Open and close curly bracket. Here open and open bracket and close bracket. Inside here, what I'm going to do is we have to implement the name, open bracket and close bracket. Here we have to create the types. Okay, here we have to create the columns. These are the collection, not we are called as collection. We are called as columns. Right? So here first name. This is the column name. What is the data type? Type, you have to mention the type. Type equals string. Type equals string. Right? So required mean this field is required. Right? So required true. Right. After that, this bucket close. After that, another field, the same field I'm going to copy and paste it below address. Right? This one also string and require true. After that, I'm going to copy the same field. This one should be the phone. This one should be the number. Phone means a number data type. That's it. And that's the thing you have to do it. Right. After that, we have to this model we have to export it outside the class. So you have to write model dot exports equal mongoose dot model. This is a mongoose model. So you have to write, you have to create the database which is a student database table. You have to create a student table. So write here schema. For schema, you have to write this is the schema. You have to create it. This is how you have to mention it, right? Okay, this is table, right? These are the inside this table. You have to create these following columns. Inside this table, you have to create these following columns, right? These are columns you have to create. Okay, these are the tables which name is student. The student schema here write like this. This all the create as objects. This all the objects will be passed into this table, right? That's the thing we have to do. This is how we have to create the tables, right? Now file, save all. Now what I'm going to do is after that we have created the model successfully. Now I'm going to go to create the we have to create the routes. So here you have to simply create the routes here. Click on the new file. You have to create outside it. Check it, right click new. You have to create a folder. Sorry, you have to create a folder. Routes folder. Okay, this is a simple exercise I have did very simply how to make the CRUD application using MongoDB with Mongo's library. Okay, MongoDB database. So here I have created the folder successfully. Here you have write routes.js. Here write the route.js. Here we have to create the following things. Right, so how to implement the CRUD operations. Here I am going to create this one. Right. So first what I am going to do is first you have to import the Express server. I already explained the Express server, which is a backend server. Copy this. You have to implement it over here. Right. After that, what I'm going to do is we have the routes. Routes is the URL. We have to manage all the URL managed by routes. So you have to create a variable const. You have to write router equal express dot router. Now here you have to create the object var student model equal require. So you have to write src. My file is src student. You write student model. Right. Now here write here the student model. You have to tell them where my student model is resided. You have to tell them where my student model is resided. It resided on the if you have to type dot dot, it is a /. It's go out of the folder, and after that if you go this route out of the folder, if you put double dot slash, after that you visit to the src folder. Inside the src folder they have the folder which is name is student. Inside student folder we have a file which is a student model. We have to go inside this file. So you have to go over here. We went already inside the file. Now first you have to write the router, but in the router method dot post. You have to write here if the URL is coming from slash student create, what happens is go comma assign function. You have to write assign function. You have to write request and response. Request and response. Right? What's the meaning of request and response? When the request is coming, you get the request and send it to the backend. When the response is coming, backend to front end. This one should be request is get front end to backend. Response is backend to front end. That's the things it happened over here. Right? That's line mentioned. Right. Now here what I'm going to do is post request. When the request is coming slash student create method create, what I'm going to do is here you create the variable constant data type. You have to create the student equal new student model. So you have to write request dot body, right? So here, what is this meaning of when we are using a postman, we have to create the body, the things, what is the things, what is the thing we will be checking in my when you test with the postman. I'll be explain this one, how easy it is, right? You can see here, right? Very easy. If you are making the CRUD application programming using Nodejs, try here. You try catch block. Mention error. First, you try the, if you put the assign function, you try to avoid student dot save response dot status sent you write status true. Message you have create as here as a message student created, right? That's the thing you have write student created, right? Student created, you write the message student created, right? What I did here is it will be get the data from the model. Okay, so when the request is coming like this, okay, in the front end slash student create, what happen is we get the request here and send into the student model is here and pass into this here. So here avoid student.save mean it goes to here model function, what is the data, your name, address you are typing there in the Postman or any front end framework, it will be getting the data and it into the database. But that's the thing here done, right? That's the thing it will be done over here, right? If there any problem with them, you have to write, you have to write the status, you have to write this number. If there any error occur, you have to write this number. Okay, you have to go at Google and search what is the meaning of these numbers. 400, send the error. This is important stuff to you learn Node.js, right? Very simple. Now here what I'm going to do is routes, right? Now let's go to my index.js page. Here we have to link these routes. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is here I'm going to start it here as you have to given here as var routes. You have to create the variable routes equal required you have to give the path of it. What's the path? This is your current directory dot slash routes folder. This is a routes folder. Inside the routes folder we have a inside the routes folder here inside the routes sorry inside the routes folder inside the routes folder we have a file which is a routes. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Okay, that's how we have to link the routes. Right. After that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to implement the body parser in order to test with the front end and back end. Right. So you have to write constant variable body parser equal required. Here's a required. So here we have to we haven't installed them, so you're right, we have to install them. Okay, body parser right. Now I'm going to implement this library. Okay, so you have to copy this one. I just control C to stop the project. I'm going to install npm install body parser, press enter key on your keyboard. You have to wait until the body faster library get installed, right? It installed successfully, right? Perfect. That's the thing you have to write, right? Now what I'm going to do is, after that what I'm going to do is, you have to install all things are there. After that we have to run the app. So you write here, this one should be your app.expert. This is your server. You have to write here app dot use. You have to write body pass dot json. That's the thing you have to write. You have to write app dot use routes. That's it. Now let's file, save all. Now let's check back it how the things work. npm index node index js route require. Okay, the spelling mistake with the require, so you have to copy this one require, you have to paste this one. There's spelling mistake. After that we have to another error, go to the router. So here also we have to module dot exports. We haven't export the router. So model router. That's also we did that. Now let's file save all. Again we have to run the application. Now you can check here what's the problem. Alright, the problem is I haven't connected internet. Right. Now again I'm going to run it. Because my database is connected in cloud. Okay, if I not connected the internet, we have get the error. Okay, if you get the error, you have to check with your internet connection. Because I hosted my database in the cloud. Right now it's running successfully. Now open the Postman. Now let's check with the application whether it's working fine or not. Post. So you have to write what's the port you have to connect it. Port. So here instead of the Postman, you have to, we have a in the VS Code editor we have the extension. But go to the extension, you have to type here Thunder client. Thunder client. So if you are type the Thunder client, okay, Thunder client. Here this is the extension Thunder client. Teach. Right. You have to search and install Thunder client. Okay, you have to go to the extension mark, play here Thunder client. Okay, you have to install. I already installed it. You have to install it. You have to get this extension, right? So here you will be able to, without go to the Postman, you have to check with here. So what the URL http colon localhost, what's the port 500 payout slash, if the request is coming here, this is the port where our server is running. If the request is coming slash student create, but the method is a post method. Create a body, to write the body JSON format. Out right here, first name John, the JSON format you have to write. Second one should be the address India, phone number, phone. So enter as something like that. Okay, the same for here. What's the model you have type the same name. You have type this, then only it should work, right? So this is JSON. What if you now let's check whether it's working fine or not. Click on this. Here, record successfully created. Record successfully created. Now if you want to check with the database, here Mongo database. Now let's check with the database whether it's working fine or not. So we'll go to the cluster. Right. Here, browse the collections. Here, student successfully here. This is the database record is successfully here. It will be successfully. It will be displayed. It's working perfectly well. How to add the records. Right. Now let's continue the rest of the part, which is how to view the records and delete and update the records. Right. That's all the stuff we will be doing step by step. It's very easy stuff for do the things. Right. Now what I'm going to do is go back to my uh, routers.js. Here we done the add records. Simple, the simple CRUD system. After that, how to view the records. Here we have to view the records, view records, but I comment it. This comment is useful to read the codes. Okay, so after that, right, this also router dot get, right. Here write the request is coming from student. Here write assigned task. This one. No need to write here. You have to just copy and paste it. It's simple. Without code. Get it? When the request is coming slash students. You have to try catch error. Right. Now here you have to write variable students equal that put the avoid function student model dot find. So write right here this is how we have find the records, right? If you want to find all the records, you have to write like this is a blank. You have to display blank record. This how we have to make the MongoDB application. Okay, so if you are not familiar in the MongoDB how the code is working, I have attached the video below. You just go and watch it, right? You will get the good you can learn the MongoDB steps, right? Now here after that you have to write the response. For response you have to write status. You have to write 200 dot send. You have to write the students. That's it, right? So after that, what I'm going to inside the try block, you have to write response status. You have to write if there's an error, you have to call this dot error. That's it. Send. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Perfect. Right? Now let's check whether it's working fine or not. If the request is coming, slash students, what happens is go to the model and find method. It will be get the record and put into this variable, assign this variable students. After it the response. This is a response. It will be it will be display the student records. Right now let's go to my request post. We have to get as get. This is a get method. Click send. What happened? Get cannot. What happened? Let's back to our routes page. Right, what when the request student get student, the request right, sorry, that's students slash students. Okay, it's everything is okay. What's the problem? There is coming here 4 error. So the request is here, the 4 error is display. What happened? Right, so here we have tried this one. Send only, you have tried to send student details. Something's a problem with the state. Right now, let's, if you control C to control C stop the application. I have made the changes. That's why that's the problem. Okay, so I again run it. Okay, I haven't run it. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, if you haven't, once you change any changes, you must save and run again. Right? So again, you have to go and send it here. Response is come. Well, it's worked, but the problem is you have to stop the server and run it. Right? Right. Now let's do the find part. So let's go to the route.js. I'm going to find the record. So right, find records. How to do the thing is here, the same thing. Get method, you have to copy and paste it. Here, when the request is coming slash, you have to set the ID like this, the param. You have to set the param like this, the param, right? So you have to write like this here. You have to create what's the ID you are coming here, the param. You have to get it here. That constant variable ID, you have to write the ID equal request dot params. You have to set the params dot ID. This ID, get the ID, right? You have to get the particular ID, right? You have to get the particular ID and you have to pass it here, right? So now here we don't need this find. Instead of find, to get a find by ID. Here this all things are, these methods all are coming from the Nodejs, right? So this is all the find method. That's the beauty of this one, right? So here we have tested whether it's working. You have to put the validation. If student ID, if not students, the students ID is not, if it is not, if it is null, if it is not null, you have to request, you have to write returns dot status, sorry, returns response dot status dot 44 dot send. Send means the data will be sent if it is not null. The data is not null. If the data is there. Otherwise, you have to write status is, if it is null, right? Student status is, you have to write 200. If the student record is available, if the student record is not available, go here. Available, it's go and send the records. This one. That's the thing you have to write. That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Okay, that's it. Okay, now let's check file save all. Now when the student, if you want to go to here, this is the record. So now I'm going to here copy this students. When the URL is coming like this, click get sorry what happened, connection refuse. Okay, I haven't run the server yet, that's why. Accidentally my server gets stuck, that's why it's error might be out. Right, now let's check this. Here it's working, here it's working. When request is coming like this, it's working fine, right? It's working fine. Here if you are wrong ID, it will be unsupport. Here if the wrong ID is not here, it's correct ID, it is working. It's working, it's the correct ID, right? It's working fine, right? If you are right the correct ID, it's working. That's ID earlier you are getting this ID, this child, this file. Call function. What's the problem? Let's go to the new request. Unsupport SHTP. Right here, this I have put it accidentally. That's why it's working. Here, now it's working fine. Right. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is my find is working successfully. Now let's go back to my another thing is uh, update. Right here, update records. So let's back it here to go to the router.js. Now I'm going to go to the update records. Now the same get this one, you have to copy it, paste it below. Here only the changes. This one should be the patch. When you update the record, this should be the patch. This is a patch. You have to comment is patch. So update records. Right, patch. Students record is coming here. Get the ID and you write variable const variable type body equal request dot body. Now here, right here you have to type student model dot find ID and update slash body comma new true. Right, you have to write a new true. Right, not here. This one you have no need them. Right, perfect. Right now here, if this one should update students, so you're trying to here this variable you create is update students. Okay, so here you can see here when you update the record, it will get the ID along with the records, the body means the what is the changes you have made along with the ID, the particular ID. It's coming both. Here put it here new true. After that here check it this update students. If there any, you check with this one. If there is a problem, it will be written. If there is no problem, it will be execute this. Update student will be updated. That's it. That's the thing you have tried. So I'll save all and get it back to my get a patch tool. Open the body. This is the body. The ID is an ID, so we don't need the ID. This one I have to make the changes here. So ID coming USA phone number and type 12121212. This one no need them. This all things will no need them. Don't need them. Now let's check. Click send button. Cannot patch the student. Why? What's the problem? Cannot patch the student. Students. Let's back. If there any error coming, you have to go here. Students ID. The patch. Try this one. Body the construct variable. Avoid student model. Let's get the model. ID body. True. If the students return the students they are update students. Right, the problem is here. Here I already show you here. I haven't closed and run the server. That's the problem. Close it. You have to close the things, right? Here server is running again. You have to run the server. That's the problem. This one, but what is that? The change is not done. That's why it getting error. Right now you go here and You can check it here. Now again you have two things here. Now it's working here. USA is working fine. Okay, you have to stop the server. Control C to stop the server and run it. Control C to stop the server and run it. Right. After that, we will do it as a delete record. So how to delete the record? This is also the same thing. You are doing the delete also the same thing. Copy it, paste it below. Instead of patch, write at delete. So the thing is, all the things are correct. We no need the body. Side is the body is not. We no need them. The body things. Get rid of these lines. All things we keep ID only. ID only. We no need this then true. That's the thing. So we no need them. This all thing ID only. This one should find, instead of the find update, you have to write find ID by delete. That's it. That's the thing you have to write here. Delete students. Copy it, paste it over here. Right here also delete student. That's it. So write delete records. Right. When the request is coming slash what side you're typing, it's getting the ID here. It passes it to this variable. This variable here coming here. It's go to the model and delete the particular ID and passing here. This particular record has to be deleted. That's the thing it will be about. Right. So if you want to get the message as well, the record is deleted. So we have to get the message here. The same thing message. Return sent. Instead of there, you have to write here. Student deleted. The student updated. The same thing you have to just copy it. Student updated. So easily know what happened. Now let's save all. Run it back with the application. Okay, this my application already running. Control C to stop the application. Again you rerun it. Right now I'll be check it. Right now let's go to the patch tool. I'm going to USA John Peter. You have to update the record. Send it. What is the things? But it's not updated. But the problem is here. You have right here only send only. Right. Sorry, not here. This is error, not here. It paste it here. Right, paste it here. Okay, student updated. Okay, it's updated over here. But it's updated over here. This one should be pasted over here. Copied and not inside here. Right? It paste it over here. Student deleted. Right? Space it here, not there. This is the error message. That's it. File save out. Now again stop the application, run it again. Request. Now let's check it here. Student updated successfully. Right. I can delete the record. Delete request. The ID is coming. This one no need them. This all things. You just click send. ID removed. Right now let's go and check the database. What happened? So to refresh them. Just refresh the data here. Refresh. There's no data. I have to remove them. Okay here. Now it's working perfectly well. Now let's if you have to add the data again, go to the post request, students, create body. I have this body data. Right, sorry, body data. Why it's not working? So students create. Oh, what's the routes? Right, student create, not students create. Student create. That's why it's not working. But you have to, once you run the API, you just write it. Here, student is created successful. Now let's check it. The database again. Refresh them. The collection is working. Right. Now again, we have to run, write it another. When you at the another data, James, India, phone number, something like that. Send it, create it, back it database. You refresh them. It's working. Fine. I hope you guys understood this CRUD applications well. If you have any doubt, you can let me know. Thank you for watching. Backend application, we complete the Node.js is successfully. Front end, I'm going to start it as a React. So I'm going to create the folder, new React front end. Right. I'm going to create the React project using by the command. So we have to go to the Google and type React. Go to the official website. Click on this. Right. Let's start React. Right. So here you can see the simply you have to go here. You simply you type simple React get started. Here will be able to get the link simply, right? So you can get started. Here they explain how to create the how to install the React application. Right here they create a new app. Yeah, right. So we have to copy this one. Right. I'm going to go to here. Open up the CMD command prompt. Paste it. Here I'm going to type React app my app front end. Front end. Front end. Right. Press it. If you want, you can type any name over here. Front end, your project name. Okay. I just type as front end. You have to wait until the dependency get installed. React installation successfully. Now you can see here how to run the project. You have to type here cd front end. Copy this, paste it over here. Now let's type front end app. Go inside the folder. Type npm start. Right. Right. It is configure your project and run the project. Right. So after that, what I'm going to do is next step. I'm going to let's start the app. Okay, now here this is my folder. I'm open on the VS Code editor. So here what we are going to do is here I'm going to do it. Class, go to the command prompt, code space dot. It's open up the VS Code editor successfully. Right. Now here we have to create the project. So you have to select the src new file. Here I'm going to naming as this folder as components. This is a component folder. I'm going to sorry, you have to delete the folder components. Right, inside the component folder I'm going to create the files. Right, so create the file as student dot jsx. Right, this is a component I'm going to create. Right, so your react app is configure. Now let's paste it to Google Chrome. Now you can see here the output as it will be loaded. Right, so here right, it's working. Right, so it's working. If you get the successful message, it's working. Right, now what I'm going to do is, we have already created the component. Now here this component, I'll be explaining it, don't worry. I'm going to paste this code. I'll be explaining, don't worry about that. Instead of writing, right. So here you just forgot about these lines. Okay, these are the functions, right? So here here React folder structure, you have to go to the index.html file. So here you can go to the public folder index. This is a single application of React. This is approved. Here the way your application is running. So here what I'm going to do is, here you have to go to the file src. Inside the src you can see the app.js. This is the page which will be running, right? So this is the home page. So running, you can get the output of the welcome page, look like this. Right here you have to, I'm going to, this is a blank, this way no need there. Right now this is the, here I'm going to import my components, all the components. Right, so this is the, for this is a function, this is the your export, your export the function outside. Right, the same function we have did here as well. I've created the function name which is a employee. Here you have write student, student. You have to function is created. In the function we have to export outside. Inside the function we have a return. You can see the return. Okay, inside the return what I'm going to do is, we have to mention about the HTML part. Right, completely HTML. What I did here is, inside the HTML first we have to create the student details. Right, here form, you can see the form consists of the first ID is a hidden field, second one is a student name. I'm going to create a student name. Right, you have to keep it as name, this one. After that, student address, say address. After that, mobile, this is right, mobile. Right, is a mobile. Right, so phone, we have to create a phone. These are the three fields we have to implement our front end application. Where you can see the, if you go to the front end application, you can see here in the model, you can see the inside the model what are things are there. These are three fields: address, name and phone number. The same field you have to mention here. Right, these are the normal text field, say input text, this is the things. Right, so you have to extra line in React, you have to write like this: value, what's the value you're typing is stored here. So unchanged method, values change everything, anytime. It will be set into the this one, this variable set name. What is the address you are typing is store the set address. What is your mobile number typing here, it will be stored in the set mobile function. So here in React, in order to do the task, you can see first you have to implement this class, import use effect use state from React. What is the meaning of use state is, this is the state we are managed by our all the values. Right, so you can write the use state here. First you have to get set our name. So you have to write set name. What is set name? What's the name you are typing on this particular text field? The particular text field, the name should be set it here. Right, so it will be set it assigned to the variable name. The same thing, what is the address you are typing, it set it. Mobile number. Okay, that's why it will be use state, can be manage all the values. Right, what is the, if you have a phone, if you type some data, right, the all the data, it will be managed by the state. The state which name is use state, it will be stored the value and produce the desired output. Right, this is how we have to store the value using the use state. Without use state, we can't store the values in React, right? This is the use state set users. Set users mean we have to get all the user information, right? Now here we have to implement another function which is a use effect. Use effect, it used to, this function used to, it will be, this class will be implemented the React. It used to redirect the page. So here it will be, what's the value? We not redirect, re-rendering. The page is re-rendering. Okay. If you want to get all the student data, if you are call inside the data here, it will be load the data. So here load the data means it will be assign function. You have to assign the assign function load. Here go to the respective API and get the data and put in the student. Right? What happens is it go here, put into here. This one is called the employees. Call the employees. What it did here is I'm going to show in the table. Table I'm going. This is the table columns. Right? So you get the employee data. Right? So here, what does here? Here, this what is done here is we have to get this API, the respective website, load the all the employee student information. It will be go to the result. It will be setting to user. So all the data should be there. It will be assigned this variable. This variable or all the data, these collections. The collection we will be get one by one. We have to use the map function. So map function employee. Here you using the plural. Here you are using as a singular. Right. First you have to get the ID. After that, this collection has a name, address, and phone number. You have to get it. This is coming from the backend part of the Node.js. After that, we have a complete component here getting as a employee edit and delete functions. Right. Now what I'm going to do is here I'm going to get the API. So API, let's go to my backend. You make sure your server is connected or not. It's connected. My Thunder client. Here we manage all the requests managed by Thunder client. So we are how to manage here HTTP localhost. What's the port we are running on the backend server? Port 500. Students, I think. Get request. That's not running. Go to the what is our how to create the API. We created the API routes. Students, get students. Right, students. What's the problem? Invalid. It will be telling the invalid. Sorry, here invalid means invalid. Right. So can't get student. Why is sorry here? Now we get the student data. These are two data available. It's coming. Now let's this one we have to put it here. Let's check whether it's working fine or not. Before that, we have to import the add the another dependency which is a Exosius. This is must, right? So let's paste it and download and use them. Then only it should work. It will be managed by the dependencies in order to use the RESTful API. So you have to use this dependency to get installed. Then only it should work. Without, if you are not using this one, it won't work. After that, it installed successfully. Now what I'm going to say, go to do another following steps. This component we have to call it. So you go here, apps.js. Inside the div, I'm going to call it for student. It's coming here. Implement this only. It's enough. Sorry, not here. You have to implement it here, student. That's it. It's coming here. This is a path where your student component resided. It getting the path. You have to put in the app.js. This is the main file. It is rendered into the public.html. Right. Now let's file and save all. Right. Now let's back to the application check. whether it's working fine. Here it's coming, but without a bootstrap. So we have to add the bootstrap styles. Go to the respective website, bootstrap. Click on this bootstrap style. Where we have to add to go to the public.html file, index.html. Inside the body add tag, we have to add the bootstrap file, save all, bring back to our application and check. What is the problem? Error. I should be just the exhaust is the problem, right? So the I ran into the problem with the exhaust install. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to npm sorry npm uninstall install exhaust. Okay, if there any problem, we have to try to solve it. Okay, we have to install it again using again. I'm going to install the flag program. Okay, npm install, save, right? So install, once get installed, let's run again. Right, it's a backend error problem. Okay, so here what happen is it's go to your Nodejs. The problem is coming here. I forgot to add the cross. So we have to open the, which I want to control C to stop the server. So I have to run it. You have to add the cross. So this in order to set the RESTful API, you have to install this plugin. So you have to write this table as npm icors. After that, it will be used to serve. Install successfully, can use the server as well. App dot use cross. Right. Let's save all. Run it back the application. Now you can see the output here. Here it's coming successfully loaded. Right, there's a cross, that's the problem. This is the API we check through the our Thunder client. Okay, here this is the API. We check it. This API will be this all the data we can get it here, right? So add the data. What you're going to do is we have to go to the add data API. What's the API we have to do it? Deal data, create records. Say API. So what I'm going to do is simple this API. I just copy it back to my here this one. Paste it over here. Right. Now this is the API. Okay, so here this is the API port. Right. The name, address, phone number. So student registration. That's it. Now let's check back. John and India mobile number. Click register button. Registration successfully. It's working. Right. If you want to edit the record, click edit button. The editable record will be go to the form. If you make any changes, click update it. So what's the problem? Alright. The problem is, what's the problem? API haven't added. So API, what's API? This is the update records, the patch tool. Right, we have to update the using the API, the ID. Right, your ID is coming like this. Right now, let's check it to get the ID and update the record. So let's make any changes. Click updated. Mm, sorry. This this one should be the port 500 port. Now let's check it. Click updated. Request failed the port number. What's the problem? It's updated, right? So here this ID. Now let's do the things. Let's this line we have to rid of this line. Now let's check it. Edit. Click update button. Record updated. Perfect. It's working. Right here. Now if you have click edit button, India, I'm going to make it as Sri Lanka. Click updated. Record updated. Here Sri Lanka has been changed. Perfect. If you want to delete the record, delete also the same thing. Done. This is a 500 port. Save all. Refresh it. Click delete. Record has been deleted. Perfect. It's working perfectly well. Now this one should be, I'm going to make it as a not employee student deleted. Right. Okay. I done all the things well. If you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. If you love my channel, please subscribe me, like me. Thank you for watching.